Time's like a river flowing through my veins. I'm the architect of dreams built on broken chains. Every tear's a story, every sigh a fight. In this canvas of emotions, I'm searching for the light.
Hey there, I am Michael Morales with your comprehensive weekend subway service update on Next Stop News, covering Metropolitan Transportation Authority service changes from the evening of Friday, July 18th, through the early morning of Monday, July 21st. Please review the following travel alternatives to assist with your trip planning during the planned maintenance period.
For the 2 train, from 11:30 p.m. on Friday, July 18th until 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, and continuing on weekends through August 4th, service will operate in 2 separate sections between Wakefield, 241st Street and East 180th Street, and between Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College, and 149th Street, Grand Concourse. Free shuttle buses are provided between East 180th and 149th Streets, stopping at West Farm Square, East Tremont Avenue, 174th Street, Freeman Street, Simpson Street, Intervale Avenue, Prospect Avenue, Jackson Avenue, and 3rd Avenue, 149th Street. Transfers between train and shuttle bus are available at East 180th and 149th Streets. For the 4 train, between 9:45 p.m. on Friday, July 18th and 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, the Uptown 4 train will bypass 138th Street Grand Concourse in the Bronx. Overnight service in Manhattan will bypass 23rd, 28th, and 33rd Streets. Passengers are advised to use Downtown 4 trains to 149th Street Grand Concourse and transfer accordingly. For affected Manhattan local stops, alternative service is available via the 5 or 6 trains to Grand Central Terminal, where transfers to Downtown 4 local trains can be made. For the 5 train, on Saturday and Sunday, July 19th and 20th, with reduced service continuing through August 3rd, service will operate in 2 segments between Bowling Green and 149th Street Grand Concourse. Some trains via the 4 to Burnside Avenue, and between East 180th and Dyer Avenue. Certain stations, including 138th Street and several Bronx stops, will be bypassed by Manhattan-bound trains. Riders are encouraged to use the 4 or 6 trains to 149th Street for transfers. Shuttle buses operate between East 180th and 149th Streets. For the 6 train, between 9:45 p.m. on Friday, July 18th and 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, the Uptown 6 train will skip 23rd, 28th, and 33rd Streets in Manhattan. Pelham Bay Park-bound trains will bypass Parkchester in the Bronx. On Saturday and Sunday, July 19th and 20th, the 6 train will operate every 8 minutes due to track sharing with the 4 train. Alternative service via the 4 or 5 trains is recommended for affected stations. For the 7 train, on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 1:30 a.m. to 5 a.m., all service at Hunters Point Avenue and Vernon Boulevard Jackson Avenue will board from the Flushing-bound platform. Through the first quarter of 2026, Manhattan-bound 7 trains will bypass 69th and 52nd Streets, and Flushing-bound trains will bypass 103rd Street Corona Plaza. Riders should utilize nearby stations at 61st Street Woodside, 74th Street Broadway, Junction Boulevard, or 111th Street for transfers. For the A train, from 11:45 p.m. on Friday, July 18th until 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, there will be no service between 168th and 207th Streets in Manhattan. Passengers should travel on the A train to 168th Street and transfer to free Broadway shuttle buses north to Inwood, 207th Street, or to Fort Washington Avenue shuttle buses to 190th Street. In Brooklyn, the A train will operate local service between Lafayette and Kingston Throop Avenues. On Saturday and Sunday, July 19th and 20th, the A train will make stops at 155th and 163rd Streets in both directions. For the C train, service will be suspended between 145th and 168th Streets on Saturday and Sunday, July 19th and 20th. The C train will operate between Euclid Avenue and 145th Street. Passengers may utilize the A or D trains to reach destinations north of 145th Street, transferring at 145th or 125th Streets. For the D train, on Saturday, July 19th, from 3:45 a.m. until 10 p.m. on Sunday, July 20th, Manhattan-bound D trains will be rerouted via the N train line from Coney Island to 36th Street, for destinations including Bay 50th Street, 25th Avenue, Bay Parkway, and others. Passengers should transfer to Coney Island-bound trains at New Utrecht Avenue or 36th Street. Overnight, from 9:45 p.m. on Friday, July 18th to 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, the D train will run express in Brooklyn between 36th Street and Atlantic Avenue, bypassing DeKalb Avenue. For the F train, between 11:30 p.m. on Friday, July 18th, and 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, there will be no service between Briarwood and Jamaica 179th Street. Free shuttle buses will operate between these stations. Additionally, from July 18th through August 11th, the Uptown F train will bypass 14th and 23rd Streets in Manhattan. Passengers boarding Uptown F trains at West 4th Street, Herald Square, Bryant Park, and Rockefeller Center should use the express track platforms during this period. For the J train, from 11:45 p.m. on Friday, July 18th until 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, there will be no service between Crescent Street and Jamaica Center Parsons Archer. Free J90 shuttle buses will operate between Crescent Street and 121st Street, connecting with the E or Z trains at Jamaica Van Wyck. Passengers are advised to consider the Q56 bus as an alternative service along Jamaica Avenue. For the N train, from the evening of Friday, July 18th, through the morning of Monday, July 21st, Manhattan-bound N trains will run express between 36th Street and Atlantic Avenue and will be rerouted via the Q train line to Canal Street, bypassing DeKalb Avenue and several lower Manhattan stops. Transfers to local services are available for skip stations. For the Q train, between 11:45 p.m. on Friday, July 18th and 5 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, the 96th Street-bound Q train will be rerouted via the R train line from DeKalb Avenue to Canal Street, stopping at J Street, Court Street, Whitehall Street, Rector Street, Cortlandt Street, and City Hall. For the R train, no late-night service will operate between Whitehall Street and 59th Street in Brooklyn from Friday evening, July 18th through Monday morning, July 21st. The R train will run between Bay Ridge 95th Street and 59th Street only. Manhattan-bound R trains will be rerouted via the Q line from DeKalb Avenue to Canal Street, bypassing multiple Brooklyn stations. For the Staten Island Railway, from 1:15 a.m. on Saturday, July 19th, until 4 a.m. on Monday, July 21st, there will be no service between Huguenot and Tottenville. Free shuttle buses will operate for this segment with transfers available at Huguenot. For the Rockaway Park Shuttle, extended service will be available every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., operating between Rockaway Boulevard and Rockaway Park Beach 116th Street. Longer trains will be provided to accommodate increased ridership. Transfers to the A train are available at Rockaway Boulevard.
That wraps up your weekend service update, covering all reroutes and transfer options for impacted lines. For real-time alerts and updates, keep it locked here on Next Stop News. I'm Michael Morales. Thanks for riding smart and staying safe. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you're always in the loop on upcoming train service changes. Until next time, stay safe, ride smooth, and we'll see you on the next stop.
Eventually calms down. I'm searching